out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm raising the clock.
Yeah, we're in the cut with Cut of the Barber today. Thanks for tuning in. Everyone that's supporting our podcast. Don't forget, we do have Cup and Cut podcast. When you get a moment, like, subscribe, share, make a nice comment or not. Don't have to be nice. I don't really care. But like, subscribe, and share to the In the Cut podcast with Cut of the Barber. Today, we have the privilege and honor to be with one of my clients. Actually, I cut his son's hair back there in the back one time for Marcus. Carlos Leach of the law firm, Leach Law Firm, correct?
That's right, the Leach Firm, PA.
Look, I'm sorry, man, I don't know all them terms, man. Pull that microphone close to you, man.
That's all right. That's why I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We got Carlos Leach, owner and founder of the Leach Law Firm, PA. First, you can tell me what that means, because I don't know what that is.
Just an acronym for Professional Association in Florida.
Professional Association of Florida. Tell us a little bit about what your law firm practices and what it is that you do to help out your clients.
Well, first of all, thanks for the introduction. Very happy to be here today. As I told you before we even started, I think you all do a good job with the podcast. So thanks for the
Thank you.
the invite.
Yes, sir.
But the law firm, the Leach Firm, PA, founded here in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 months, we will make 6 years.
6 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We also have an office in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's a party town, man.
That is.
You get no work done up there. A lot of accidents, though, but go ahead.
A lot of everything.
A lot of everything.
That's right. So we cover 3 different practice areas.
Mm-hmm.
We do employment law,
Okay.
we do personal injury,
Okay.
and we do workers' compensation.
Okay.
Now, all 3 of those practice areas, we only represent people on the plaintiff side. So we never represent any companies, but we represent individuals.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Just to give you a little bit of background about some of the practice areas, the employment law cases, they can range from anything from, discrimination based off of a woman being pregnant and being mistreated, or somebody with a disability that the company won't grant them an accommodation at work.
It's a law for that?
There is. For example, let's say I had somebody call me today that has a really severe allergy and the company is forcing them to work outside.
Okay.
And she knows that there's work available inside, and she asks for the accommodation in which they will not provide it. So that's a typical type of case that we might choose to represent a person for.
Now, you say choose. Hey, that's a big word right there, brother.
That is true. I'll tell you why. It's because all of our cases we do on a contingency fee basis.
Okay.
So we don't charge anybody up front for a consultation. There's no money that we charge people up front on a retainer fee. So on the employment cases, we have to be very selective because we don't receive any money up front from the client, and we are pretty much banking that we're going to win on the case at the end for the client.
And it'd be kind of hard to pay your employees that you have based off promise to pay.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the difficult part about the people who call us for employment cases is 9 out of 10 times they really don't have a case. And so we have to explain that to them. We're limited to what the law prevents the employer from doing.
Right.
And many times employers did not break the law.
So so they came down there for nothing.
Yeah.
That's why you got a little calling thing. You do a little survey, they fill out the forms, and they decide whether it's a case worth trying, or do you have some other people that you may refer them to for what
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there are lawyers who will take a case from time to time where the person pays the lawyer up front. And so, yes, if we can't help them, then we try as best as we can to send it to a law firm that can handle that type of case.
So it's like a network, basically, where you connect with this attorney, that attorney. So you have like a Rolodex full of who you can reach out. It could be domestic violence. It could be drug charges. It could be whatever it could be. You have someone for each one of those.
Absolutely.
So you said employment. What was the next one?
We do personal injury cases. Everybody's familiar with auto accident cases here in Florida and Georgia.
For real, nobody can drive, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You hear people with the jingles saying, "Hey, you've been in a wreck. You might be able to get a check."
Huh. I like it.
You've been in a crash. You need some cash.
You need some cash. That's what you say. Okay, all right. So we got personal injury, employment, and I hear a lot of things about personal injury. Let's talk a little bit about that. How is it? How does that really work? Like the person, let's say they had a car that didn't have a person insured, and they hit you. If you have insurance, but they don't, how do they still get their money, even though the person that they were with didn't have insurance. They had an accident with, I should say.
All right, so here's a problem in Florida. The insurance that lawyer like myself and the law firm will go after in a scenario like that for the at-fault driver is called bodily injury insurance. It's not mandatory in the state of Florida. Most people have it, but it's definitely not mandatory, okay? So the scenario you mentioned is common. The person who caused the accident might not have bought bodily injury insurance. So the only other alternative there is if the person who was hit has uninsured motorist insurance. And that's the type of insurance that would kick in that scenario where either the other driver didn't have any insurance or was underinsured and had a very small policy.
Right. So that means that, you have to determine all those scenarios before you really even get into the case. You need to know what their insurance coverage was, who was at fault, did the other person have insurance, and all those type things.
Yes. And I'll tell all of my clients to go buy uninsured motorist insurance because I've seen that scenario happen too often where the at-fault driver has no insurance and they don't have the uninsured motorist insurance, and that's not anything I could do for them.
Well, I got hit by someone who didn't have insurance, and I ended up having to sue my insurance company to get my money, and they canceled me and wouldn't even take me back.
Did you have uninsured motorist insurance?
I don't remember. All I know is I ended up having to sue my company to get the check.
I've seen that happen too.
I'm just saying, I'm kind of getting some answers. Why was that? You know what I mean? I had to sue my insurance company.
Well, I will tell you this. I don't know what happened in your case, but there are times where your own insurance company will deny your claim.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll give you another scenario. If you're in an accident, no matter who's at fault in Florida, your insurance pays your medical bills up to $10,000.
Right.
They call it PIP insurance.
Right.
Many times PIP insurance will deny your bills just because they don't agree, that the doctor performed reasonable medical care.
Oh, wow.
Or they may think that the billing is too high.
That's legal.
It's legal, but you can still sue them and win. Okay?
Okay.
So just put it that way.
Okay.
There's plenty of lawyers that make a living suing insurance companies for denying insurance claims.
Okay, so now we have employment insurance. We have employment cases department, and then we have the personal injury, and then what's the other one?
We do workers' compensation. Okay, so work accidents.
Okay.
Typical scenario: a person works in a warehouse. They suffer a back injury lifting boxes. They can't go back to doing their normal job. They may need surgery. They're wondering how they're going to meet, the day-to-day bill obligations. Is work comp going to pay for everything?
Do you front them some money? You give them some money until they go through that, or what?
I wish I could.
Oh man, come on, man, that ain't right. We got to go through all that.
No.
I'm gonna get the bills paid.
There's this entity up in Tallahassee called the Florida Bar, and they would frown on lawyers fronting money.
Yeah, I got you.
But trust me, there are plenty of companies out there that do it. Now, let's just put it this way: the work comp system provides two things. Medical benefits and lost wages. Okay. As long as the injury is related to the accident, then they should provide the medical and indemnity. But what they don't provide is things like pain and suffering, emotional distress. Some of the things that you can get in a car accident case, it's just not available in work comp.
Okay.
It's pretty bare bone.
That's to cover them other people though, money. It ain't really to help you. It's to cover the company in that particular case, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
But, so here's the trade-off though. A company, because they have to provide the benefits, they can't deny a claim based off of who's at fault, right?
Okay.
So if you get hurt at work, doesn't matter if it was your fault or not.
Okay. So they got to cover that.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
You literally could trip over a chair at your office and get hurt and be the clumsiest person there is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
It's got to cover.
They got it covered.
At the Leach Firm, we understand that accidents happen. Whether you've been hurt on the job, injured in a car wreck, or facing problems at work, we're here to help. Our dedicated team of attorneys will work relentlessly to ensure that you receive the compensation and support you deserve. Don't hesitate. Reach for the Leach at theleachfirm.com.
So, what made you want to be an attorney? Why the attorney route?
All right. So, I do not have the typical response for you on that.
Okay.
You ask most people, they'll say, I knew I wanted to be an attorney since I was 6 years old.
Right.
That's a lie. Everybody don't want to be an attorney when that young. Some do,
Right.
some don't. But I stumbled into it.
Mm.
Okay. I went to school and majored in business economics. Okay. When I graduated, I took a job with a loan company.
Okay.
One of the biggest loan companies at the time in 97.
1897?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got you.
So,
I ain't know you was that old, man.
So picture this. I'm in this branch management trainee program, and it's going to take like a year and 2 months is what they told us.
Right.
They got to show you how to do everything so you can run the branch.
Right.
Which was cool. You know, get your own branch. If I was 24, my own branch.
Yeah.
That's pretty,
You living
pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good salary at the time too.
Of course.
But there was one problem. They made us do collections, man, on our clients, and it just wore on me, man. I couldn't stand it anymore, calling the same people over and over each month.
Yeah.
Where's your check? Where's your payment?
Yeah.
Where's your payment?
Getting cussed out.
Yeah,
Phone
yeah.
hung up in your face.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I just said to myself, listen, man, I didn't go to school to be no collection agent. I could have done that when I was going to college.
Right.
And a friend of mine at the time was a lawyer. And he said, Carlos, you should think about law school. And I said, law school? Why you say that? He said, it'll give you options. He said, just take the LSAT, see what happens. LSAT is the entry test for you to get into law school. And most law schools rely on that heavily as part of their entry requirements.
To even get into the college.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You got to score a really good score on the LSAT to get in and to get money.
Yeah.
Like for scholarships and things like that.
Also, the higher you score, the more money you can possibly get
Definitely.
to offset the cost.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And law school is very expensive these days.
Yeah.
So anyway, I took the test, did very well on it. I applied to a few schools, and I got in all of them, and some of them offered me some significant money. I ended up going to Loyola in New Orleans, and then the rest is history.
So you was actually getting paid to go to school?
They paid 80% of my school.
Wow.
Yeah, which at the time, this was 98, I think annual tuition, everything combined was about almost $30,000.
A year.
Yeah, plus living expenses. So to get 80% was a big deal.
You didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, big deal.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you had made that decision, man, because I don't know if I would have met you otherwise. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad that you took that choice and made it, man. So thanks again.
Everything happens for a reason.
That's right.
Facing employment discrimination, personal injury, or a workplace accident, the stress of medical bills and lost wages can be overwhelming. Turn to the Leach Firm, where our experienced attorneys fight for your rights. Trust us with your case so you can focus on recovery. The Leach Firm, your path to justice and peace of mind.
So do you have any experience, personally in your life? Like, what made you determine that, hey, I want to do this side of the law? How old were you? What was your first instance that said, hey, I want to do something more than just be a lawyer or an attorney? I want to do something that's going to help others. What inspired you?
What inspired me to be a lawyer or do this type of practice?
This type of practice.
All right. So I guess it was a culmination over the years of my practice that led me to these three practice groups. Okay?
Well, let's start back then. Let's start with when you first started.
Yeah.
What was your original intent when you first became an attorney? Or your first position?
First position out of law school, I was actually working for a defense firm representing insurance companies that handle work comp claims.
Huh.
I'd interned with this law firm while I was in law school, and then they made me an offer, and I moved from New Orleans, Louisiana to here.
Which is, by the way, where you're from.
I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi.
That's
okay.
right. Yeah.
By Louisiana.
We call it the SIP.
The SIP. All right.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
you're a big fan of, what's the name? Your team again? Southern University. But anyway, go ahead.
That's right.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
FSU.
I'm a Jaguar. I'm not only a fan, I am a Jag.
Oh, you're a live
Yeah,
Jaguar.
yeah, that's
Okay.
right. That's right. That's
Jacksonville, Mississippi. Jacksonville Jaguar. Got it. Go ahead.
right. Jackson, Mississippi.
I was being funny, man. You're a Jaguar fan. Jacksonville Jaguars. You slow, man. Come on. I don't know if I want you to be my turn. You can't catch on to that. Come on, bro. But go ahead. Tell me what it was. You started with that, and then you got an offer, and then you went ahead and took that.
Yeah, so I worked there 2 years. It was a good experience. You know, they taught me how to do basic lawyer stuff, motions, pleadings, attending several hearings, trials, stuff like that.
Right.
Basic stuff you need to know to be a lawyer.
Okay.
It was a good experience because I got to handle a lot of cases.
Okay.
I got to see a lot of scenarios. And more importantly, I got to see how insurance companies value claims.
Okay.
What it makes them think a case is valuable or not.
Mm-hmm.
What makes them deny a claim? What makes them accuse somebody of committing fraud?
Right. Right.
How the insurance company allocates money to a certain claim. How many supervisors have to approve it?
What?
It was very, very enlightening, man. It really was, because if you work on the other side, on the plaintiff side, that's something you need to know.
Okay.
We all want to make money for our clients and get them the most money in their claim, but when you know how the other side works,
Right.
it makes you a little bit more powerful as an attorney.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you was born in Jackson, Mississippi. What was it like growing up in Jackson?
Didn't say I was born in Jackson,
Which
Mississippi.
one you said? You said I'm from Jackson, Mississippi.
I'm
from Orlando. I live here in Orlando. I'm from here. You're from Jackson, Mississippi.
That don't mean you was born here.
Okay, well, where you born?
So you got to pay attention to the details.
Okay, well, where were you born? Okay, I might make you my attorney one day.
Yeah.
I might have you detail.
I was born in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital.
You a D.C. kid?
Well, I was born there.
Oh man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Why you ain't go back up there? Why you ain't want to go up there and be like an attorney or something like that, or even a senator or I don't know, commissioner? I don't know, mayor.
Well, we moved to back south when I was 2, so.
So you had no choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely raised in Mississippi.
Would you do it though? Would you go up there?
Nah.
No.
I prefer the South.
Not the South.
Yeah.
It's too rough.
No, I didn't say that. I just prefer to be in the South.
Weather,
Money.
money.
You can make more money up north most of the time.
But you're more likely to be a crooked lawyer then, right? Capitalism rules up there, right?
You could be a crooked lawyer anywhere you want to be, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with locale.
It don't matter about your location.
Trust me, I know plenty of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
That's right.
Yeah. So what are some things that you look to do when it comes to your customers and helping them out? What is your thought process when you go through these cases and you find out what they're doing and whatever kind of situation they're in? What is your hopes and your desires for that particular client each and every time?
I'm going to tell you exactly what I tell my staff, and because we represent a lot of people, okay? Thousands of people. And at times, many of the clients can be a little rough, right, on the staff, a little over the top. But I tell my staff this, remind them that when people call us, whether they've been hurt on the job, been terminated, injured in an accident, usually they've been through a life-changing experience. Okay? Imagine you got hurt at work. You've been working at this company 20 years in your position, and now the doctor said you can't go back to doing what you used to do, and the work comp is paying you a fraction of what you used to make. Now you're wondering how you're going to continue to provide for your family, whether you're keeping your health insurance, all that type of stuff.
Your home, your car,
yeah, now I'm not putting money in my 401k anymore. That's a lot that weighs on people's minds, right?
Okay.
And so we have to understand at my law firm that it's not just a quote unquote case. This is somebody's actually life on the line.
Right.
Okay. And so while we have hundreds of thousands of cases, they only got one.
Yeah, it's just them.
So we
don't
got to
care about your other ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got to come through every time. We got to have our game face on every time and understand that the person that's calling us has been through a lot, which may explain why they're a little erratic over the phone, a little over the top.
It's about money too. You know how we get about money.
Money is usually how we end up in each one of our cases.
That's true.
Yeah. But there's a process that we go through.
Right.
But so that's the answer. We have to come through for the clients every time.
Every time.
To make sure that one, it's a good experience with the law firm, but we make sure we can get them the maximum amount of benefits on every case.
Yeah. So you just make sure that they're at ease, pretty much let them know, hey, we got your back. We're going to go through this whole process with you. You're not going to do nothing alone.
Nothing alone, and we coming to win.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes winning the case might not be what the client expects. So we have to let them know what's a realistic expectation.
Yeah.
If the person that hit them has a $10,000 bodily injury policy and that's
all you're gonna get.
that's it.
Yeah.
You might not like it.
It's the law.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And so we try to keep it real with a person up front and give them the real expectations of a case. Every case is not $1 million case.
Right. But then don't you have that option then? Shoot, if you see it's not $1 million case, just kick that thing down to the next attorney that might want to take that lower fee instead of the $1 million. Don't you? I mean, you kind of keep that as a ace in your pocket where you can say, hey, man, look, I got this little case for you right here. It's only $10,000, but it's for you. Go ahead. I want $1 million. I mean, that's just obvious. I mean, that's what you're in business for, right? Maximize potential and profits.
Well, it's true. But are you saying to kick it to another attorney in my firm or another law firm?
No, not in your firm.
Oh, another law firm?
I'm saying you got another firm. Like they might be just starting out. They ain't got no clients. You giving them a $10,000 client.
Well, so there's two things involved with that. One, people come to us. They come to our firm. So we don't turn down our case because it's a $10,000 case. In fact, I think we have perfected a process to where we can close out a $10,000 case quicker than almost any other firm.
Like not 6 months like normal?
No.
No, it don't take forever, bro.
No.
You got to go through all the little, rehabilitation, the physical therapy, the doctors this, the test that.
You still have to do some rehab, but at our firm, we've created a process where we can close that type of case out usually within 2 to 3 months.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you got all them clients, my boy. I like it.
But number two, I will tell you, most of the time we don't know what the policy limits are when a person signs a retainer with us.
Right.
What happens is let's say you get in an accident, they sign a retainer with us. We send off letters to confirm insurance policy limits with an insurance company. That might not come back for a week or so.
Right.
Okay. So I don't have the advantage of knowing what the policy is at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we're not going to turn down a client just because they have a low policy.
Well, I'm not racist and I don't like discriminate, but I like to talk about the black community because that's where I live. We down with everybody, not against white, black, Puerto Ricans, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I like to talk about how certain things affect our community. What have you done recently or lately for the black community?
Well, let's put it this way. I do believe that my firm provides a service for the black community. Mm-hmm. Approximately half of my clients are black.
Okay.
I estimate another 33% are Hispanic.
Okay.
And then the rest are white.
Okay.
So the service number one is something we do for community, but let's put that to the side for now.
Okay.
One of the things I wanted to do when I opened my firm up 5.5 years ago was, if the firm did well, we'd like to show the people in the community that we're going to give back. Okay. And we've continued to do that.
You do it to me all the time.
Yeah.
You give me stuff all the time, so I can admit you're right.
Well, there's different ways to give back. Normally, money's involved.
Mm.
So we do sponsorships all throughout the year.
Right.
This is a heavy time of sponsorship right now because we have football season started up.
Right.
So we sponsor 4 different youth football leagues, or teams, I should say, not leagues, but the teams. 3 here in Orlando and 1 in Atlanta.
I know I seen you at my alma mater, bro. You was at Jones High recently with a football team.
That's correct.
Speaking to him.
I did.
That was dope, bro. I saw that. That was real cool of you, man. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. You know, our producer, he's also a Jones High Tiger alumni.
Tiger.
He only made his mistake when he left Orlando to go to the other school.
Okay.
I went to Tallahassee. He went to Daytona. Yeah. So other than that, we brothers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we all on the square too, so we all basically know what's going on around here.
Oh,
so
traveling man.
Yeah. So you went to Jones High. How was that experience, man?
It was awesome.
How did they interact with you? Because, you know, a lot of times these teenagers they ain't got no in their mind but girls and money pretty much. And how they gonna get to it. What were you able to glean from that experience or even to impart with them during that time? And what were you speaking to them about?
So just so everybody can have a background, we've had a partnership with Jones High School for the past 3 or 4 years.
Cool.
And, you know, they asked us to help them out from various things from time to time. For example, we've donated money to get them new helmets, uniforms, travel expenses, stuff like that.
Yeah.
This was the first time that we were asked to just feed the kids after practice, and then to speak to them, really briefly in general, as a matter of fellowship and brotherhood. And so we did that last week. We brought food for the varsity team and the junior varsity team.
Right.
And we did it right in the weight room. And it was good food too, man. This wasn't like, hot dog and hamburger,
some
man.
KFC boxes in that thing, man.
No, it was stir fry.
What, you went Asian on them? Yeah, ain't no Asian clients, man. So you had black, white, Hispanic.
You know, more than Asian people do stir fries, right?
The rapper in the kitchen like a stir fry. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, you're right.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
whole
man.
nother
Sorry.
stir fry.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
We'll leave that alone.
No, we had stir fry, nice rice, salad, veggies. I mean,
Just good food.
It was
Yeah.
good food. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but anyway, so when we did that, I had a chance to speak to the kids, maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. One thing I've learned is kids don't have a good attention span. So
Right.
if you want to get something across to the kids, you better get it across pretty quickly.
Yeah, say it right away.
Especially in this day of social media where, you know, kids want instant gratification on everything.
I'm starting to think that's what Instagram means, instant gratification. Because that was good what you just said.
Yeah.
That's all they want is like right there, and want to be done with it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So they enjoyed you, of course.
So I just told them, listen, I'm here on my own time to let you all know just a few good points. One, businesses like mine got your back. We support you. And so y'all need to know you have various community partners that are rooting for you, that will step up and help provide for you.
Yeah,
okay?
for real.
Yeah, that's number one. Because they need to hear that.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean?
It's
People-
not enough of that.
People always want to give gloom and dooms. They need to know they got people in their corner that's actually supporting them, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, but then number two, I told them, you know, when you have businesses like this come out and donate time and money,
Yeah.
now you have the duty to obviously do your best,
Right.
but at some point in life, you're gonna have the opportunity to do the same thing.
Go back and
You
give
gotta
back.
pay it forward.
Yeah.
And I said, so somebody in this crowd, and hopefully multiple people in this room,
Right.
are gonna do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And I said, I know you will, because I'm one that was affected like this too.
Yeah.
I played football in high school. We had Booster Club and everybody raising money and, you know, selling spaghetti and
It's
fish
different
dinners.
now, though. They don't do all that. We used to have spaghetti dinners. Remember,
Yeah.
we used to have our spaghetti dinners to go
Yeah.
on trips, and people would spend $5, but they'll buy like 100 spaghettis.
Yeah.
And we got 100-something people trying to go on a trip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Washing cars. These
Yeah.
kids, they don't want to do nothing, just on their phone, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like Marcus.
So I told him that was a message point number two. Remember, y'all got to be in the same boat and keep turning this thing over so that the tradition lives on.
Yeah.
Number three, I wanted to tell them to be leaders, man, and not just followers, man. Like,
Right.
it's easy for you to, you know, watch everybody else go through the motion. You do the same thing as them, but don't be afraid to step out and be a leader.
Be a leader.
And I reminded them that what they do is not easy. Being on the football team ain't easy.
No, it ain't.
You got to maintain a certain GPA,
Right.
right? Obviously have some level of athleticism.
Right.
And I told them people want to be in your shoes.
Right.
So when you walking around the campus, don't be an idiot.
Yeah. Set the example.
Set the example, set the
Yeah.
tone.
Yeah.
People looking up to you.
They got a lot of power and don't realize it.
And
And that's
they do.
another thing that happens in our community is that our youth don't really understand the strength that they have
Yeah.
if they just put their minds to it.
Right.
But that's why like people like you that come along, you and your law firm, that impart that type of knowledge and understanding to people, it could be a whole mindset change,
Yeah.
a whole paradigm shift.
Yeah.
You know, so I applaud you for that. That's really cool and happens to be my alma mater, you know, orange and green, baby. We bleed that. Let's go Tigers.
Tigers.
Yeah, but other than that, like tell me, would you do anything else? Would you rather be doing something else? Or you like what you love what you're doing? Because people ask me as a barber, you know, I cut
Yeah.
your son's hair. Do you still like cutting hair? I say, no, I don't. I say, I love it. I say, because
Yeah.
I get up every day, I don't think of me having to go to work to cut hair to make money. I look at it as an opportunity to make another person look good, feel
Right.
good about themselves, go out into the public and feel good and look good. And then hopefully somebody will say, like, hey, where'd you get that haircut?
Yeah,
And then the money
yeah.
comes back to you. So would you change careers? Would you do something different? Judge, lawyer? Oh, you are a lawyer, George?
So I have a confession to make.
Oh, boy.
There's only one thing.
You know we can edit this out, so go ahead.
Only one thing that I'd probably rather do to be doing what I'm doing now.
Okay.
And that's be a DJ.
This episode of In the Cut is brought to you by The Boss Move.
Actually, man, hold on. Tell me, wait a minute. You say you want to be a DJ. Why? Tell me why. What kind of music what you think you gonna DJ? Ain't you
Well, first of all,
half
listen.
white or something like that? I'm just messing with you, man. But seriously, what
No.
would what type of music? You know, what made you want to be a DJ? What makes you want to be a DJ?
Well, first of all, listen. So my wife bought me some turntables recently.
What?
So I'm gonna try to.
DJ Los in the house.
I'm telling you, man.
What's up, DJ Los?
I would love to be a DJ.
Is that a conflict of interest? You being a DJ and a lawyer?
No.
They ain't gonna bother you about that? Ethics, the kind of music you play, you get kind of strapped up what you can and cannot do?
Nope.
No?
No limitations there.
No limitations.
Nah.
Hey, man, I carry the box for you. I know you're gonna get paid, so let me just carry your box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna do.
Well, I got some work to do first. I ain't there yet.
Hey, that's cool too, but that's good. Okay.
I'm telling you, man.
DJ.
I would love to be spent,
Yeah.
with the little mixer.
Yeah, I seen that, man. That's hard to do.
We all been at a party, a club, concert, and the really good DJs just take over the crowd.
They take over the crowd.
And it just, everybody there is into it, man. And the good DJ can take you from level 1 to 10.
Just like that.
And then everybody's into it. So like, you can remember the best DJs you've been in front of.
Absolutely right.
Right?
Yeah, you're telling the truth.
And sometimes
we had DJ Night Train. We had we got DJ Dimp. We have the City Boy DJs.
Yeah.
People who I was just around those kind of guys. But yeah.
And like the really good ones, like when they get into that old school flurry of songs that they play back to back, and you start saying,
oh, you got to bother the head a little bit, get turned on to it.
And they just keep it going.
Yeah. That's you?
Not yet.
Come on, man.
I got some work to do.
All right, cool, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Reach for the Leach at theleachfirm.com.
However, what I do, I like it. I love it. I'm going to tell you the best part about my job. When the case is over at the end and the client comes by the office and they sign the closing statement and I give them the check. I've seen plenty of people cry, man. I'm serious, man.
Changing lives.
Oh, my God. They see it and they can't believe, one, the case is over.
Yeah.
But two, they actually won the case and winning big money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on your website. I saw that. Like a couple of $1 million checks up there.
We working with something, man.
6 numbers for the lottery or something, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man, we had a great July.
Yeah.
And we got a really big one pending right now. So hopefully we get some good news this week.
You plan on spreading out, getting any more locations, or you good?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Yeah.
One, I'm focusing on building Atlanta up a little bit bigger now.
Okay.
But next year, I'm going to try to open in Tampa.
So does being an attorney and owning your own law firm, does that give you a lot of freedom to move and do as you please?
Oh, yeah.
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 But it takes time.
It does. You got to be methodical with it. You plan things out.
Right.
And stick to it. When you open a new location or you try a new practice area, it's not easy at the beginning.
Right.
But you just got to stick with it.
Okay.
Steady flow, be consistent, and usually over time, if you follow good practices, it'll work out.
So it sounds like you do have a lot of things going on, man, real honesty, but you sound like more importantly that you care about the people who you serve.
Oh, yeah.
So today I want to thank you for coming in and sharing some of your knowledge with us. We appreciate everything that you have done in this community, especially Jones High. Sorry, I got to keep saying it. But, we appreciate what you've done. Thanks for coming in today. This is Cuddy the Barber from In the Cut Podcast with Carlos Leach from the Leach Law Firm. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below. And if you want information, you can go online to theleachfirm.com, correct?
That's correct.
Leachfirm.com, Cuddy the Barber.
Leach.
Leach.
Correct.
Not Leech.
Well, I got that domain too. So if you go there by mistake, it'll take you to the other
To the other one.
Yeah,
All right, well,
that's
cool.
right.
But we'll look forward to talking with you again soon. And once again, thanks for coming in. Cuddy the Barber, we out.
There's something